Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 2 of maths. Today we will be looking at drawing data again, but in this time we'll be focusing more on bar charts. So if you grab your pen and pencil and your workbook or piece of paper, and if you can get today's date in Walton, as well as the context, I've got two quick questions to ask you. So first of all, why are bar charts better than pictograms? And then our second question, why are bar charts worse than pictograms? So you guys had a go at drawing some pictograms yesterday. Some of you had a go at the challenge as well. What do you think makes a bar chart better, and what do you think makes a bar chart worse? Or if you feel like saying, answering the question of why do you think a pictogram is better, or why do you think a pictogram is worse, you can do that as well. So what makes them good or bad compared to each other? Pause the video and get the date wall and those starter questions finished. So today we're going to be doing something very similar to yesterday's lesson, and rather than going outside though today, I thought we'd have a quick look inside of our fridges. So I would like you to take a look in your fridge and find 5 items that you can take a note of. Now please make sure you go careful in fridges. There are lots of food items that can go bad if they're left out, or can break if you drop them, thinking eggs for instance. And make sure when you finish with the fridge, you make sure you close it. Just double check with mum and dad, nana, granddad, whoever it is you live with, that they're happy for you to have a quick rummage inside of the fridge. Okay, so once you have done that, you need to count up the items that you have collected. So for instance, in my fridge you would find eggs, cheese, mushrooms, tomatoes and some milk. I'll take a tally of all of those amounts of food, and then we need to convert that information into a bar chart. So the few things we need to think about this time, because it is a slightly different layout to a pictogram, is how many columns or rows are we going to need. So in terms of columns, if you've gone for 5 items, you're going to want to have 5 distinct columns to make sure that each food item can fit on the chart. And in terms of rows, how high is it going to be? It's going to depend on how many items of food you have in total. So if you've got, say, a dozen eggs, 12 eggs, you're going to want to make sure that your bar chart goes to at least 12. Ideally, you would like to go 1 or 2 extra, just so the bar chart doesn't go out of the graph or just on the edge. So always try and go 1 extra square if you can. Label each axis. So what is it along the bottom? Is it food items? Is it pieces of different leaves? Is it different color pencils? Let the reader know what it is they're looking at along the bottom, and then your individual food items. And then the vertical axis, make sure that you label it. It'll be a scale, so it will always start on 0 and it will go up to whichever number you have in terms of your food items. So if you've got a dozen eggs, like I said, it will go from 0 to 12, or maybe 0 to 13, 14, to make it look like the graph is, the bar chart's not going off the graph. Now, one top tip as well that I would say, some of you had a go at the challenge yesterday in terms of the bar chart, and what you ended up doing is sticking all the bars next to each other. So all the bars were stuck next to each other on the graph, and that actually creates what's called a histogram. Now a histogram is used to measure things over time. So if you're tracking, let's say, weather or rainfall, you'd use a histogram to show this continuous change in data. Nothing wrong with laying it out like that, but it's not the right method that we need to use for this lesson. So the way to get around that is, if you've, say, got eggs in your first column, make sure before you start your next one you leave at least 1 square, or a gap if you're using lined paper, so the bars do not stick together. Okay, and then you've got a bar chart rather than a histogram. Now your challenge for today is going to take a little bit more thinking, and you could end up getting in mum and dad's very good books to help them out. So your challenge is to track these same food items each day from now until Monday. Draw a new graph each day and compare your results. What is it that you notice? So, do you always run out of milk on Saturday evening? Does someone always eat the last lemon slice for your fresh can of Coke Zero on a Sunday afternoon with your dinner? I don't know. Do you always run out of eggs for Saturday morning when you have like a breakfast bap? Well, this could end up helping your mum and dad, nana, granddad, whoever it is you live with, because you can say, look, mum, we always run out of eggs on Saturday morning. Why don't we make sure that every Friday we go out and get some eggs? You could be the saviour that your family deserves. Let me know what you notice, and I look forward to seeing your results. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. Have a great day. Good luck with the maths, and I'll see you later. Bye.